Hello. If you are getting this video, it's because you missed either one or more on your solving two-step equation quiz. And so I'm going to take just a minute and go over that quiz with you so that you can see what you missed. And then I'm going to give you some replacement problems so that you can redo that quiz. If you are totally confused and have no idea how to do this at all, please join us in class and in one of the breakout rooms so Miss Kohler and I can help you with some live instruction and some extra practice. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and go through the quiz questions. Okay, the first one, negative 2x plus 5 equals 13. I'm going to go ahead and write this to the side here so that we have a little bit of a space to solve. Negative 2x plus 5 equals 13. Remember, whenever you're solving an equation, your whole goal is to isolate your x. That means you want to get that x all by itself on one side of the equation. So here's my x right here. Okay, and it's important to identify where that x is. This is the right side of my equation. This is the left side. So the x right now is on the left side of the equation. And there's two things that have been done to the x. Okay, the x has been multiplied by negative 2, and then there also has been an addition of 5. And remember, whenever we're solving an equation, we're undoing the equation to be left with just the x, and we do that by following the reverse order of operations. So we always get rid of the addition or subtraction part first. So for this particular equation, negative 2 times x plus 5 equals 13, the very first thing we're going to do is to subtract 5 from both sides to get rid of this addition. Okay, this addition of 5, subtraction of 5, that's going to totally cancel out now, which is what we want to have happen. So now we're left with negative 2 times by x equals 13 minus 5, which is 8. From there, remember, we're still trying to isolate this x. So our next step is to get rid of a multiplication of negative 2. The only way you can get rid of a multiplication is by using division. Okay, you have to divide this side by a negative 2. That will give us a 1x. And then because we divided the left side by negative 2, we have to divide the right side by negative 2. 8 divided by negative 2 equals negative 4. X equals negative 4. That is our solution. And if we go back to our original equation and plug negative 4 in for the x, we can see that negative 2 times negative 4 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 does equal 13. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the next one. X divided by 2 minus 4 equals 10. X divided by 2 minus 4 equals 10. Remember, when we're solving an equation, we're trying to isolate the x. So we want to get this x all by itself. We always get rid of the addition or subtraction part first. So to get rid of a minus 4, we're going to add 4, which we're going to do that on both sides. So x divided by 2 equals 14. Then from there, to get rid of the divided by 2, so that we're left with just an x, we have to multiply by 2. So if we multiply the left side by 2, we have to multiply the right side by 2. This is going to cancel to a 1x, and then 14 times 2 is 28. And if we plug that back into our original equation, if we do 28 divided by 2 minus 4, that does equal 10. 28 divided by 2 is 14. 14 minus 4 equals 10. So remember, when you are done solving the equation, always make sure that the solution that you got does give you a true statement. Okay, let's look at the last one really quick. 2 times x plus 2 plus 3x equals 14. Okay, so remember, whenever we're solving an equation, if there's something that needs to be simplified, we take care of that first. So as we look at this left side right here, we have a 2 that's in front of a parenthesis, and we know that anytime we have a number right next to a parenthesis, that's implied multiplication, and we need to take care of doing that first. We're going to simplify this left side first before we solve. Okay, so we're going to distribute the 2 to both of the terms inside the parenthesis. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 2 is 4. We still have our plus 3x equal to 14. And we are not done simplifying yet. On this left side, we have some like terms that we can combine. 5x and 3x gives us 2x, and 3x gives us 5x plus 4 equals 14. Now from there, we can go ahead and solve. Okay, so remember, we're solving for the x. We're trying to get the x all by itself. Here's our x right here. Okay, we do that by first getting rid of the plus 4. We're going to do a minus 4 on both sides, which gives us 5 times x equals 10. And then from there, to get rid of our multiplication of 5, the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide by 5 on both sides, which gives us x equals 2. Okay, now let's just make sure and check that 2 does give us a solution. 2 times 2 plus 2 plus 3 times 2 equals 14. So let's go ahead and take care of what's in the parentheses first. 2 times 2 is 4. And then let's take care of our multiplications. 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 2 is 6. So 8 plus 6 does give us 14. Okay, so those are the 3 solutions for this quiz. If you missed any of the 3, here are your replacement problems. You only need to do the ones that you missed. So like if you got number 1 and 3 right, you only need to do number 2. As you are doing these replacement problems, make sure that you write down the question, show all of your work, and then circle your answers. Go ahead and turn these into the same assignment box that you put the first quiz, and I hope you guys have a great day.